The Iraqi dinar has just surged to an astonishing exchange rate of 3.81 US dollars per dinar, sparking widespread reaction across financial markets, currency watchers, and economic analysts. At the same time, the Vietnamese dong has surged to parity at $1 per dong, an outcome that stunningly reverses decades of relative weakness. In an unprecedented move, the Central Bank of Iraq has finally broken its silence. What began as rumors rapidly escalated into this dramatic moment. Now, the eyes of the world are on Baghdad's financial authorities. We are experiencing a turning point in global currency trading with implications echoing far beyond the Middle East. Market participants are scrambling, desperate for clarity, reassurances, and guidance. There is no time to waste. The dinar's leap to $3.81 comes as a bombshell. Traders who were used to pegged levels or gradual fluctuations are now seeing numbers they never thought possible. The sudden spike has sent ripple effects through regional and global financial systems. Import-export desks are rapidly recalibrating pricing models. Multinational corporations with operations in Iraq are reassessing projects, budgets, and repatriation strategies. Currency speculators have raced in, attempting to capitalize on the volatility. The dinar's ascent cannot be overstated. This is not a gentle revaluation, it is a seismic shift. Across Baghdad's financial district, nervous energy is everywhere. Dealers are on high alert. Electronic screens are blinking with rapid updates. They are watching, calculating, weighing the next move. Simultaneously, in Vietnam, an equally dramatic development is unfolding. The dong has hit parity, 1 dong to $1. For generations, the dong's value has hovered in much lower territory relative to the US dollar. Consolidating at unity with the greenback represents an extraordinary alignment, one that carries massive ramifications. Vietnamese trade figures must now adapt. Consumers who export goods find their products costing far more on the international stage. Tourism inflows and outflows could recalibrate. Domestic pricing dynamics may tilt in unexpected ways. This level of appreciation is not a gradual climbing curve, it's a monumental jump, and it's happening now. In Iraq, the central bank has finally spoken. Until now, their silence has only fueled speculation. Whispers of a pending revaluation had circulated for months, but with no official confirmation, many dismissed them as rumor or hopeful chatter. Now that the CBI has stepped into the public eye with statements of its own, financial institutions everywhere are recalibrating. Investors want to know, was this a deliberate, policy-driven revaluation? Was it coordinated with government agencies? Were there political or economic triggers? Or possibly leaks that forced a move earlier than planned? The central bank's comments, delivered in official tones yet tinged with urgency, suggest that the change was deliberate and premeditated. Authorities speak of a phased adjustment, ostensibly designed to cushion sectors vulnerable to abrupt currency swings. Sectors such as basic goods imports, energy contract valuations, and foreign debt servicing are being monitored closely. Governments, ministries of planning and finance, and corporate treasuries must now reconfigure forecasts. Project viability analyses, especially those involving long-term foreign currency debt, are being reevaluated in real time. The ramifications for public sector financing, foreign investment confidence, and the cost of capital are profound. In conversations behind closed doors, analysts are weighing whether this represents a shift toward more flexible exchange rate policies. Could Iraq be signaling an embrace of managed flexibility to better align the dinar with market fundamentals? Or might this be an opportunistic revaluation timed around oil revenues, fiscal pressures, or geopolitical positioning? The seriousness of the dinar's jump demands these questions be urgently addressed. Meanwhile, in Hanoi, the Vietnamese central bank has not publicly commented yet. Yet the dramatic alignment of the dong with the dollar speaks volumes. Rumors swirl that this may be part of a broader realignment across Southeast Asian currencies, possibly tied to regional trade negotiations or concerted monetary policy recalibrations. A unified dong-dollar peg or near peg introduces new dynamics for Asian exporters and importers alike. Currency competitiveness, wage cost structures, and cross-border investment flows will be rearranged overnight. Collectively, The twin shocks of the dinar's rise and the dong's realignment mark an extraordinary moment in global currency markets. Market makers are adjusting quotes, risk models are being updated, and news desks are flooded with commentary. This is not mere speculation. The numbers are live, factual, and immutable. Overnight, balance sheets have shifted, pricing structures have been upended, and financial actors must act now. Institutional desks at international banks are working around the clock. They are recalculating cross-border exposure. They are analyzing forward hedging strategies. Options traders are sizing volatility spikes. Corporate finance departments are recalculating budgets, considering pass-through effects to prices, profits, and supply chain costs. Investment funds with Middle East or Southeast Asia exposure are reviewing valuation models and risk allocations. From an economic policy perspective, the implications are equally serious. Central banks intervening or not in the currency markets is always a delicate balancing act. In Iraq's case, the need to maintain fiscal stability, manage inflationary pressures, and ensure public confidence has collided with the imperative to keep international dealings functional. In Vietnam, aligning the dong so sharply with the dollar raises questions about export competitiveness, inflation control, and monetary independence. Will producers be under pressure as their goods cost more abroad? Will consumer prices in Vietnam adjust? Will the central bank allow domestic consumption to bear the brunt of imported inflation, or intervene to temper the alignment? Political zones are also reacting. In Iraq, there is talk in government quarters that the revaluation could be tied to upcoming budget cycles or international aid agreements. Could this be a bargaining point for external creditors? Could this be an olive branch or a pressure tactic? Currency moves at this scale rarely occur in isolation. Diplomats, aid agencies, and regional partners are watching closely, parsing implications for fiscal projections, reconstruction funds, and security cooperation. In Vietnam, such a drastic alignment might be associated with trade discussions, perhaps as signals toward deeper regional integration, or as part of a broader currency accord with larger trading partners. Policymakers will need to reassure domestic stakeholders, especially exporters and labor leaders grappling with potential cost-price mismatches. Across global markets, tensions are high. Commodities denominated in dollars, oil, metals, agricultural goods, now reflect changed pricing dynamics for both exporter and importer countries. Price negotiations change. Forward contracts reset. Emerging markets investors are adjusting risk premia. Carry trade dynamics, currency futures, cross-currency swaps. Nothing is safe from recalibration. Emerging economies watching this play out in real time must consider their own currency paths. Will they follow suit? Will they tighten or loosen exchange rate controls? The domino potential here is immense. One sudden revaluation can prompt others, resetting regional norms. History reminds us of contagion risks. When one key emerging market liberates its currency, others follow to preserve competitiveness or to insulate from destabilizing capital flows. Domestic consumers and businesses in Iraq and Vietnam alike are bracing for shifts. Imported goods, electronics, raw materials, price tags may climb. Remittances, tourism receipts, foreign investment inflows, balance sheets shift. On the flip side, exporters, especially those priced in hard currencies, may see windfalls or face backlash if demand softens.